Welcome, this is Nathan, welcome back to another video. Today we're taking a look at the Alternative Futures World Season 2, Part 3. In the last video we saw the Axis do some stuff. They, first off, completely invaded the Soviet Union and destroyed them. Germany got a bunch of land from that. They took, Ukraine was released and joined the Axis. Iran joined the Axis and they got some land as well as Turkey. The Baltics returned to a puppet. They also invaded Sweden. Japan got a butt ton of land. They also invaded Thailand, as well as a new puppet. So, the Allies have done nothing since, except for Switzerland, which I guess that makes sense. But anyway, we are going to be taking a look at Part 3. Now, we have to begin with Japan. Their empire is massive, and they want to keep growing it. But see, they have one issue. Not really an issue, but Japan is strong, and they're in the Axis, so this makes the Axis the strongest alliance, and probably the strongest country in the world. But, problem is, in real life, if the Axis won World War II, I can imagine, well, it was already foreshadowed that if the Axis won World War II, Japan and Italy were not going to stay in the alliance. They were going to leave. And now that I know Japan just recently invaded the Soviet Union together with the Axis, but Japan's going to leave. And they're going to leave and form their own alliance, known as the Pacific League. That was a quick make-up name, and I don't know if that's a good idea to just quickly think of a name. But this Pacific League alliance is going to be somehow not the strongest alliance in the world, but probably the second strongest, and with the leaving of Japan, this is going to damage the Axis a lot. I was going to say not too much, but they literally just lost Japan, and Japan's one of the strongest, if not the strongest alliance member. I'm going to just quickly get rid of this. Anyway, with Japan leaving, some other countries in the Axis are starting to think about whether they want to leave or not, and quickly enough, Iran and Turkey are both on immediate thing to leave this alliance, and almost like right away, the people are in suggestion of this. The governments were anyway, but, you know, doesn't exactly matter. So, Turkey and Iran leave the Axis, damaging them even more, and form their own alliance called the Middle Eastern Pact. Now, this pact is a crazy expansionist pact. They're worse than the Axis, but they want to expand, and they can't really do anything, except for attack the Soviet Union, but that's going to go horribly wrong, as well as Afghanistan, but again, that's impossible to invade. The Middle Eastern country right here, I'm going to call it, I forgot what I was calling it. Did I have a name for it? Whatever name was for it, I don't remember if I did have a name for it. They want to join this alliance, and they are independent, but that is if the Allies agreed to let them go, which right now they don't have to, because of what the situation they're in right now, but with the Axis kind of losing all its members, they decide to agree, because they're not really supplying much, so we have them letting the Middle Eastern area join the Middle Eastern Pact. This was totally not influenced and, moneyed in by Iran and Turkey. Totally not. But, with the Middle Eastern Pact leaving and getting a new member, it's getting even worse from the Axis. It's Italy, Hungary, Bulgaria, Romania, and Ukraine. I've all got ideas of leaving, and it's gonna appear that they are gonna leave. Hungary, they went this alliance for a long time, but they're gonna leave it. And this is just gonna lead into a chain reaction. Romania is gonna say sorry and leave. Possibly Romania wanted to stay in the well, no, they don't actually. Bulgaria, they're out. How do I click in the only area where that's not a thing? I've had so many issues with the maps I've used for these. The first one I had the issue with the lag, but now this one I'm having the issue of this thing where the colours for some reason don't like to disappear. Anyway, with the tragic loss of, Italy, Hungary, Romania, Bulgaria, Germany's trying to figure out what they're gonna do. But anyway, with all these countries leaving, the Axis is probably even weaker. I would say they're still at the top of the Allies, but that they might not be because Ukraine just left. Can I please just... So, this is getting a bit angry for Germany, and the only real alliance member they have left is Spain. So they're going to try and get some more countries to join. Finland's the only one that would really join. So, who else is going to join? Because they are really just... They've lost everybody. Soviet Union's a big no-no. All the people that just left is a no. Saudi Arabia, neutral. Portugal, they're neutral. China, Tibet, Nepal, Bhutan, Mongolia, the Philippines, Indonesia, they are all doing their own thing. Afghanistan is just fighting itself. North Yemen is preparing for stuff. Don't ask me what. The USA is not, like, that's, why would they join? South America, neutral. Central America, neutral. Caribbean, neutral. Mexico, neutral. But with the Axis now barely an issue for the Allies. I mean, Germany's the only issue they have. Spain is almost just like... Spain is almost just like the pain in the back. Their colonies, so British and French colonies, they're going to want to leave. Now, this is obviously not good. And it's like, these were already wanting to leave. But they're saying no. But with a slight change. They're saying no, but we'll give you autonomy. So, what autonomy is, it's basically, it's not an independent country, but it rules itself, just under the control of the country. I don't know how else to explain it. So, what country can I give, for example? Let's say Donetsk and Luhansk. They are two countries that consider themselves independent, but they are not independent by the Ukrainian government, but they have their own government that runs itself. So, like that, or Transnistria, which is a completely opposite thing. But anyway, the French are going to have no issue with giving them autonomy. The UK is. First off, Algeria, and this isn't going to look exact, so they're going to just draw random lines. So we have them going in a bit and going like a wriggly line. And they're just doing this. Next up, Mauritania, who's not even going to look recognisable. So they do that, like random lines. Next up, Guinea, or whatever this monstrosity is. Fireworks. It's not even bonfire night. We have another extremely odd country, and then I guess the Ivory Coast. Ghana and Nigeria given their autonomy, with Benin and Togo being like merged into one, and then a big old thing I'm going to call the Saharan Union, back to season 1, I guess. The UK is going to be pushed into doing it as well. Oh, we can't forget the good old Chad. I was going to leave Chad, but we can't forget the good old Chad. There we go, Chad is there. Next up, the UK. Egypt is probably going to be the strongest one here. They gave some autonomy to Egypt, so they do something like that. South Africa, this country is begging for their autonomy. Not autonomy, independence. So they're going to do that, and they're going to give South Africa a lot more land than they did in real life. And now, last but not least, we have a country, an autonomy country being made right here, which I'm going to call Zanzibar? What? Okay, forget it. I was trying to mix up Zambia and Zimbabwe. Zanzibar. No, that was the islands that united with Tanzania. So, yeah, they just gave autonomy to a lot of countries, and they're still fighting for their independence. The French, they are not really... They're fine giving independence as long as Algeria stays. British, not so much. Right here is just a big mess. It's just kind of an eyesore. This area didn't really, like, ask for autonomy. They did, but it was barely anything. So these guys are just going to stay. This thing down here, this doesn't want independence. It's just there. I mean, Yemen may want to, so I guess we can say that Yemen is giving their autonomy, but that's really it. You know what? Forget it. UAE is giving their autonomy. Anyway, it's time for some real wars. What war should I do first? I've had this video planned for a long time. Let's go on to Germany. So, a lot of that country, a lot of their allies just left. Obviously, we know that. So, they're going to take it out on them. I had this plan, don't worry. Germany is not happy with the fact that Hungary, Romania, Bulgaria... Why the hell is Ukraine in the alliance? I'll fix that. But anyway, Hungary, who literally was the first one to leave, they're going to get the treatment first. So Germany declares war on Hungary, and Hungary is pooping their pants a little bit. Not too much. Oh my god, I hate this so much. Forget it, just stay like that. And considering that Germany is probably still the second strongest country in the world, I have a feeling Hungary's going to get screwed up. German troops sweep through, capture Budapest, capture any parts of Yugoslavia that was remaining, and Hungary is immediately wiped out of the war. So let's take a look at this peace treaty. Anyway, so as you can see, Germany has fully annexed Hungary. And now they're looking for more alliance members. Again, like I've said, they want more alliance members. They just lost so many alliance members that they are going to need more. So they go down to South America. Everyone here says screw off. So the only country that really wants to join is Mexico. I'm sure there's literally no issue with Germany. But here's the issue. Mexico is fighting itself. So they can't exactly join until their government's made up their decision. Anyway, coming back down to the Middle East area. These guys are struggling, nonetheless. They left the Axis, but they're struggling. So far... what's the name of that area? But these guys, they're not doing good. I mean, they have coast and they have oil, but they're struggling with everything. So, what are they going to do? They can't really do anything. They're just going to have to stay like it. Iran and Turkey, they are fine. They are chilling. But they're sending supplies over to this, maybe. They wanted to expand. They want to keep expanding, but again, they can't. They really just can't. But now we see something that was completely unexpected by any country. The Allies, the Axis, let alone even the USA. Even the Middle Eastern Pact didn't even see this coming. We see the Soviet Union get elected new leader, as the other one was kicked out. He was killed, just like Stalin was. That sounds wrong. And this was obviously not expected because everyone really liked this guy. So who did it? But after this guy was elected, it was quite obvious that this was a pro-Japanese person, and he was elected by just a bunch of Japanese leaders and stuff. Like the government did this, and with this, the Soviet Union is going to join the Pacific League. This is not good. The Allies, the Axis, know this is not good. Because the Axis is probably not friendly with... They are probably still friendly. But, the countries that are not going to be good with this is the USA, UK, France, Turkey, Iran, as well as China. Every other country in the world is just... This is massive. Japan has just got one of the probably third strongest country in the world on their team. And promise me, Japan is not going to stop. They will try to get anybody else on their team. So, yeah. That's why I was when you, do something like that. Ukraine is now scared, and as well as Germany, but they don't really give a crap. And we actually do see something interesting happening after this happened. We have Italy forming an alliance. That's a bit out of random, but Italy saw this, and the Mussolini saw this on the news and was like, oh, well, that's not good. It's not even November yet. You're kidding me. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know. Anyway, Italy forms an alliance. I'm going to call it the Mediterranean Pact. It's definitely not the strongest. What's that? Anyway, we have Italy forming an alliance called the Mediterranean Pact. And immediately, a lot of countries want to join us. Like, one country such is Ukraine, who is terrified of the Soviet Union. Because this guy is definitely out for blood. He wants to reclaim his old lands, the lands that the Soviet Union owned. And that would include some of, Germany's land. But that's fun of a part. Not spoiling anything or anything. Bulgaria, just go in. But we see Romania and Bulgaria also join this alliance. Also, let me just do something. So Italy forms an alliance called the Mediterranean Order. Definitely an interesting name. As you know, Italy wanted to form Rome. But, it never happened, because, they couldn't even attack Greece, so... But, yeah, this map looks like a world war will literally break out any minute, and I promise you there probably will be a world war that breaks out soon. We have the Pacific League with the Soviet Union and Japan, and this is a very, very, powerful alliance. It definitely outpowers the Allies' Axis, even, all of them together, maybe. Actually, no. The neutral countries don't exactly really care. Finland could definitely fight the Soviet Union. Finland is, again, leaning really closely towards the Axis, but they're not going to join it. Sweden is even. I think Sweden is more ally leaning because of what happened to them from the Axis. You never even know, they could even join the Pacific League, although they don't border the Pacific. South America and mostly North America are staying neutral. But anyway, that is going to be it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next episode of Season 2, Alternative Future of the World. That was a mouthful.